Hello, everybody. I am Celeste Lovecharm, and this is the Shiatsu demonstration video for my GoFundMe campaign.
And I'm Stone, the body who's going to be, oh, how lovely, the body who's going to be massaged.
Yep. So yeah, I will give a short demonstration of some of the Shiatsu techniques, so everybody can see what it is I actually do and want to do for a living.
Yes, and we'll also be using this going forward to show people what you do, because there's just not that much out there.
Yeah.
To really show people what this is.
Yeah, so let's get started. I'm just laying, sort of peeking your head through the curtain right now.
Mm-hmm.
How's that pressure?
It's okay. Maybe a little hard.
Better?
Mm-hmm.
Still feel okay?
What's that?
Still feel okay?
Yeah.
You feeling
All right.
pressure okay for you?
Yeah.
ticklish?
No, I feel okay today.
Take a deep breath in. One more. Deep breath in. One more. Take a deep breath. I'm actually going to move this and turn your head to a side.
Alright.
Take a deep breath in. Another. More. You okay?
Yeah, I just had to shift a little.
Okay.
There we go. I'm away.
Feels good.
I think I'll just do front and side. Is that okay?
Sure.
Or front and back, you know?
All right.
So I'll have you move over onto your back.
Okay.
Give you a pillow here for under your head.
Sure. Well, I'm pretty much fine without it.
Okay. Is that cool or are you fine without it?
I'm fine without it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Make sure it'll be loose.
I'll try.
Let your knee relax.
Okay.
Tell me when you feel a stretch, so take a deep breath in.
I definitely feel it.
Nice. Relax your knee.
Not very stretchy these days.
Okay. Deep breath in. Exhale. Does that feel okay for you?
Yeah.
Let your knee relax all the way.
Alright.
Take a deep breath. Exhale. Inhale. as you need. Deep breath in. Exhale. Any pain or tenderness?
No.
Pretty even throughout.
I think so, yeah. It's a little tender. Mhm. A little bit just in the general area, mostly on the right hand side. Very tender right where you were just at.
Right in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Inhale and push your knee into my hand. Relax. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Deep breath. Push into my hand. Push, push, push. Relax. One more time. Deep breath. Inhale, push against my hand. Relax.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make nice.
Huh?
We'll make nice.
Uh-huh. That might be tender for a little while.
There?
Not particularly.
Okay. Push against my hand with your knee. Okay.
Am I good in there?
Huh?
Am I good in there?
Take a deep breath. Exhale. Inhale, push against my hand. Relax. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, push against my hand. Relax. Last time. Exhale. Inhale, push against my hand. Relax. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Relax. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Relax. Feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
How's that feel in your chest there?
It's alright.
Okay?
Yeah.
Is that alright?
Yeah, it didn't really affect my chest.
Good.
Tender.
I was kind of expecting it to be, so
The things I do.
I would say long one.
Oh, well that makes a lot of sense then. With my lung issues.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine those muscles work overtime for me.
Mm-hmm.
lopsided you feel between sides. Not quite as bad as the other side. Still tender.
I'll have you sit up
Alright.
and face the books there.
Sure.
You okay?
Oh yeah. Very nice.
I could just do this to you for an hour.
That'd be great. What does that service cost? You should offer that.
Mm-hmm. Ta-da! So yeah, like I was saying, do you want to talk about like what you felt, or?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting what you did in the abdominal area, because that seemed to be like the place that you corrected the most, as it were. Because like definitely, it seemed like the spots that you were having me push against you. I definitely thought that I got stronger through that. So whatever you corrected in there seemed to be working.
Yeah, that's your psoas. So
Okay.
it's a psoas release technique.
All right.
And it's, it's kind of common for a lot of people to, when I have you push against my hand with your knee, a lot of people can barely move me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of a big person, so I mean, granted there's that, but I have had people that can just easily move me,
Yeah,
small
yeah.
people too, not small but short.
I mean, I can lift you, so
Yeah.
you're not that big.
Yeah. But, there's still, I'm able to put a lot of weight behind my arm, so, being able to move me, I find, I can really get in there good and help release that area really well.
Sure, yeah, and I'm kind of surprised, like, afterwards it felt tender for a couple of minutes, but yeah, it feels completely fine now.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely, I noticed some tenderness in my arms a bit, which is understandable. Which, you sort of worked that out a little bit, it seemed like. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, just a lot of parts felt really good. The thing on the shoulders.
Chopping hands.
Yes.
That's your favorite.
So yeah, should we tell them what all that was?
Sure.
I definitely felt like, what do you call it, cutting techniques on the
Yep,
back?
it's a cutting technique.
Okay. But yeah, do you want to just describe what it is you did?
So yeah, that is just kind of a very short form shiatsu session. There can be a lot more to it, there can be a lot less to it. I just kind of gave some really basic form techniques just to give people an idea of like what shiatsu might look like. And because a lot of people have never actually even heard of shiatsu, much less actually seen shiatsu before. And we've seen a lot, you can easily Google, massage, and you can find people giving therapeutic massages, that kind
Swedish
of stuff.
massage,
Yeah,
a lot of that.
Swedish massage, those are kind of in the same category.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but there's a little bit of shiatsu. If you want to have fun and Google Flying Heart Mind Shiatsu,
Okay.
there's a gentleman in, I believe he's in Chicago.
All right.
He actually came to my school and did a whole learning weekend. It's just like, it's really amazing what he does.
Okay.
It's like, oh my gosh. But yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, mine is very simple. It's Anma. What I did was a combination of what's called Anma Shiatsu and Namakoshi Shiatsu.
And where do those originate?
They originate from Japan.
Okay.
The Anma is one of the oldest forms of massage
All right.
that we really know about, and it originated kind of in China, and then really went gangbusters in Japan.
Sure. Well, a lot of ways, I think what we call traditional Chinese medicine is also traditional Japanese medicine.
Yeah, well, there was a time in Chinese history where they, recent history actually, where they actually had to go to other countries to kind of relearn their own traditional medicine because of the history that happened there.
Yeah, a lot of it was lost in sort of recent, modern events.
Yeah,
a lot
kind of cultural revolutions and stuff.
A lot of historical information was lost, and fortunately, it was actually preserved in a lot of the immigrants who went to other countries, including, local Asian countries, but also to Western countries.
Well, it had also spread really far throughout the Asian continent, into Japan, into places like Vietnam, and I don't know about North Korea, but I believe South Korea has some too.
Sure.
It's in Thailand, those kind of places. So yeah, it was kind of all over, and each place kind of has their own take on it, but they were able to build back a lot of their own traditions from that.
Sure. Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of combined the Shiatsu Anma and Namakoshi Shiatsu for this little demonstration, just so people have an understanding of, what Shiatsu might be.
Okay. How many forms are there?
There's a couple. There's Namakoshi, there's Shiatsu, there's Zen Shiatsu.
Interesting.
My teacher's going to be really mad that I can't remember all the forms. I
Well,
think there's
you weren't
like,
taught all of them.
yeah, there's like maybe 2 or 3 others that are kind of considered official
Okay.
forms, but a lot of people also, like, once you learn a form or two, you kind of combine everything and use the parts that, might be most effective according to the body that you're working on.
Sure. And yeah, the thing is that I've noticed from receiving it and also listening to is that it's, it is both, massage in the way that massage is for relaxation, but it's also a body manipulation for health. It's also, it is traditional medicine from, I guess we will say, Asia in general. And yeah, so it is also designed for health benefits, for strengthening and that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, and that would be something like
which I guess therapeutic massages as well, but a lot of people don't think of massage like that. They think of it as as a relaxation technique.
No, I mean, both, all forms of massage can be relaxation and medically therapeutic,
Yeah.
Depending on the form and, that kind of thing.
But I think it's important to remind people of that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, I can, as shiatsu therapists, we can do something like an even treatment, which would be more like a relaxation
Sure.
kind of thing. Like, somebody may not have something really specific, but they just kind of want to relax, getting, kind of a little bit better body balance, that kind of thing. We can do an even treatment and go from there. We also do a lot of tonification and what would be considered dispersing for energy. Depending on what's going on in the body, there might be a buildup of chi, which is spelled different ways.
Yes,
but it's usually pronounced chi.
It's spelled in a character set that Westerners don't usually have access to. Is the issue. So everything that we spell it as is the translation.
Yeah. And yeah, it's more or less the same as like the idea of prana in Ayurvedic medicine and in yoga. But
India.
India.
Just, for context, not everyone knows those terms.
That's true. But yeah, so, something like a blockage, we might do dispersing in one area and then maybe do some tonification because that might have, that buildup of energy might have kind of gathered all this energy from another place. And so, like, one of the other meridians or lines of energy that runs throughout the body might be a little more depleted, so we'd have to tonify that so the energy can keep flowing through the body.
All right.
And yeah, a lot of times that's kind of considered the basis of illness is these kind of disturbances in our natural energy.
And for people who don't believe in energy, a lot of times that can be, it can be explained in more mundane terms as blood flow and lymph flow, lymph drainage, which is very important, but most people's lifestyles don't provide nearly enough movement to make lymph drainage in the natural way possible. Which is very important. Even blood flow in the natural way, it's not so possible because blood flow for a human body, at least, requires an amount of movement that we don't normally get into our day-to-day life. You just consider traditional human lifestyles, prior to, let's say, a couple thousand years ago, really prior to, also in between, but prior to kind of the development of technology to help us do almost everything, particularly in the past couple hundred years, but also technology to allow us to make our own food very, very easily in the past 10,000 years or so.
And it can also be kind of thought of as, you have a bruise on your arm. Well, that means a blood vessel is broken somewhere in your arm.
Yes.
In order to help it heal faster, you need to move blood through that area, blood and lymph, in order to get, white blood cells, proteins, oxygen to that area in order for it to heal and, continue moving the old blood that congealed there to get that moved out of the system and broken down.
Yeah, and that's sort of what I was getting, is just the idea that our body needs an amount of movement that we don't normally get in order to do the things that it needs to do effectively.
Yep.
And massage can help with that a lot.
Yeah.
All right, I kind of interrupted you from the beginning, so what did you do to me?
Like I said, it was pretty much a combination of Namakoshi and Shiatsu Anma.
Okay.
And it's just kind of a shortened form of just to show people what Shiatsu looks like. I worked on the cutting on your back is kind of like if you open up a book and you kind of flip through the pages like that.
Okay.
It's kind of doing that to some of the muscle fibers there.
All right.
To kind of help open them up, get them loose. A lot of the rotating motions, warms the area, helps, get the muscles moving, get the ground substance that's in our muscles. Part of the thixotropic effect, which I got to use that word last night too.
Yes.
But yeah, it gets all that warmed up and moving and kind of makes your muscles a little more pliable so they're able to go into the positions that they're supposed to be in.
Okay.
And then yeah, a lot of the stretching, again, helps move blood and lymph and energy and all that good stuff.
Yeah. All right.
It has a very therapeutic, beneficial effect for all parts of your body.
Yes. Yes, definitely. I feel looser, stretchier.
Loosey-goosey.
Yes, much more so than I have. So yeah, I guess that's it. What we do in between, because we got cut off and I wanted it to be really easy to find stuff. Plus this was fun the first time.
It was fun the first time.